Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we are going to be working on this phone, this Tecno T528. Okay, a client brought it and said it's no more powering on. Okay, gave it to a technician to repair the charging port. Then after that, the phone doesn't power on anymore. So guys, I'm going to show you how to repair this type of problem, so don't miss any part of this video. All right, let's take a reading, voltage reading of the battery, and the battery is giving 4 volts, which is very okay, and which is enough to power on the phone. So let's try it again. As you can see, the phone is not powering on at all. So let's begin the troubleshooting. Guys, make sure you don't miss any part of this video, because it's going to educate you on how to troubleshoot and repair this type of problem if you get it. Okay, so what we are going to be doing now is taking reading of the VBAT, and you get your multimeter. You put your multimeter on diode or continuity mode. Then you put your red probe on ground and black probe to take readings of the VBAT, the negative terminal first, and the reading is giving proper reading, and the positive terminal is also giving a very good reading. Okay, this type of reading is showing you that there is no short on the VBAT line. Okay, there's no short on the VBAT line. So since we are working with a keypad phone like this, okay guys, another reading to take is the reading on the power button pads, the pad. So you put your red probe on ground and black probe to read the terminal. The outer side is the GND, which is reading fine, and the inside pad is the main power, positive power key. So, and that is also giving good reading, as you can see on my screen. All right, there is a phone that wasn't giving a good reading on this pad. I make video on it, so go and check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. So now let's put our DC power supply to see what the reading is. Okay, and let's try and power on the phone if it's going to power on, and let's see the behavior of this particular device on DC power supply. So let me show you what is reading on my DC power supply, setting my my voltage to 4 volts and the current to 3 amps. So I'm going to power on this keypad phone, pressing the power key. You see it's reading 0.003. all right, that's what is reading, and that means the phone cannot power on. Okay, the phone cannot power on. So the next thing to do is to keep troubleshooting and looking for the possible problem. Okay, and after I opened this phone, I found out that the LCD terminals were so much filled with rust and corrosion and all that. So I have to clean it and see, because this keypad phone can be very funny. Any little thing can cause this type of problem. I mean, the phone not to power on, and as you can see, I have cleaned it, and it's still not working. So the next thing we are going to do now, is to remove that shield. Is to remove the shield. The shield is the one that is covering the processor, the RAM. You understand? So that's what, and all the components inside. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you remove the sheet so we can take a better look at the broad spectrum of the PCB to see what is going on. Okay, so you do physical inspection. After you've done physical inspection, okay, so what we are going to do after physical inspection is to take readings. Okay, all right, you put your multimeter on diode mode, red probe on ground, and you read all the components under that shield to look for short, half short or full short component. Okay, around the CPU, all around everywhere. So you take readings to look for shorts. All right, but as I've read this part, I've seen that there is no short at all. Okay, there is no short on this PCB. There is no short at all. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is because I got that reading on DC power supply, so my intuition is telling me that the CPU is having a problem. So the CPU is having a problem. So what I'm going to do with the CPU is that I'm going to heat it. I'm going to heat it a bit. Then I'll heat it until the balls under. There is something we call BGAs. There are ball grid array. Okay, they're kind of soldering leads, small ones under the CPU that is connecting to the pad on the main PCB. So I'm going to heat it up and tap it on the side. All right, this method sometimes works. All right, it also works because it reballs the BGAs. Okay, so when you tap it on the side, and not a full tapping, just a slight tapping, all right, on the sides, so that the balls can reseat very properly. So I'm done doing that, and I'm trying to cool down the PCB so I can take I can try powering on the phone. So I'm going to try to power on the phone now. I'm going to power on the phone now, and let's see if it's going to power on. And the phone is still not powering on, guys. The phone is still not powering on. So when you have done this and it doesn't work, guys, the next thing to do is to reball the CPU. Okay, but first, what I'm going to do again now is I'm going to remove that screen, because earlier on I found some corrosion, so I have to clean that pads and take another and try to switch on the phone again, but it's not working. So now the next thing is to reball the CPU. Reballing the CPU involves you removing the CPU totally, cleaning the pads on the main PCB. Do you understand? Then you get your stencils, okay, and reball, and when you get your stencil, you put it on the. I'm going to make a video on how to reball the CPU later. Okay, so when you remove the CPU, this is how the pads looks like. So you need to clean those pads. Sometimes the pads can be having partial contact on the IC. So that is it. Okay, so guys, now I'm done reballing the CPU. Okay, I'm done reballing the CPU. So I'm going to, and I've put the screen back, so I'm going to test to see if it's going to work or not. Okay, so if this doesn't still work, I'm going to tell you what next to do. Okay, but it is very important when you get that kind of reading on this power supply and you have done all the necessary troubleshooting, you need to reball the CPU, and you need your stencils and the solder. Okay, so that's what you need. So now let's try and power on the phone if the phone is going to switch on. And good news, guys, the phone is working properly. Okay, the phone is working properly. Make sure you hit the like button for this amazing result. Make sure you hit the like button right now. Right, so after reballing the CPU, it is necessary that you test all the numbers, because all these numbers are all associated with the CPU, guys. The CPU is functioning, is having all these things inside of it. All this keypad is the CPU is controlling it. Even the power IC is also integrated in the CPU, guys. So this phone is working properly now, as you can see. I hope you have learned one or two lessons from this video. Try and like, subscribe, and share. See you in my next video, guys. Peace.